Hunger and fear are excellent causes. It happens that a bad tree produces good fruit, and bad times give rise to more than just evil. Those who are not afraid of death are capable of anything. A sound head, an honest heart, and a humble spirit are the three best guides through time and to eternity. Revenge, the sweetest morsel to the mouth that ever was cooked in hell. We are like the herb which flourisheth most when trampled upon. War is the only game in which both sides lose. Hope is brightest when it dawns from fears. No word of commiseration can make a burden feel one feather's weight lighter to the slave who must carry it. Gold killed more souls than iron killed bodies. He that climbs a ladder must begin at the first round. A true knight is a lamb in the company of ladies and a lion during a fight. There is no better antidote against entertaining too high an opinion of others than having an excellent one of ourselves at the very same time. All men who have turned out worth anything have had the chief hand in their own education. Moments of grave danger often coincide with moments of heartfelt frankness. When we remember friends who are no longer alive, we feel doubly alone. A fool's wild speech confounds the wise. Don't be wasteful, and you won't need much. He is not fit to visit strange countries, who cannot rule his tongue before his own countrymen. Crystal and hearts would lose all their merit in the world if it were not for their fragility. We sculpt our idols out of snow and cry when they melt. The closer to the church, the farther from the Lord God. Judgment is always done very quickly if the judge decides beforehand. Recollect that the Almighty, who gave the dog to be companion of our pleasures and our toils, hath invested him with a nature noble and incapable of deceit. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. The willow which bends to the tempest often escapes better than the oak which resists it. Without courage, there cannot be truth, and without truth, there can be no other virtue. The spectacle of victory is even more terrible than the spectacle of battle. Simplicity may be improved, but pride and conceit never. Of all the vices, drunkenness is more incompatible with the greatness of the spirit than others. A rich man may have his quirks because he has the money to pay for them. ignorance. Ignorance and superstition are the only true misfortunes. Subtle politics often puts on the guise of the greatest innocence, just as sometimes real courage is hidden under the most modest appearance. We shall never learn to feel and respect our real calling and destiny unless we have taught ourselves to consider everything as moonshine compared with the education of the heart. Need teaches everything. Need is the mother of courage. If people do not learn to help each other, then the human race will disappear from the face of the earth. Tears are the softening showers which cause the seed of heaven to spring up in the human heart. Praise be to the Lord God, who gave us the ability to laugh and make others laugh, and shame on a fool who despises the title of jester. The trouble with those who write quickly is that they cannot write concisely. Success or failure in business is caused more by the mental attitude, even than by mental capacities. Love will subsist on wonderfully little hope, but not altogether without it. One or two of these scoundrel statesmen should be shot once a year, just to keep the others on their good behavior. Authority comes from reason, not reason from authority. Any authority that is not recognized by reason is powerless. Come he slow or come he fast, it is but death that comes at last. Even a king, in all the splendor of his power and glory, if he is blinded by ignorance and superstition, is less free than a sage who is chained in heavy chains and thrown into prison. Blessed be his name, who hath appointed the quiet night to follow the busy day, and the calm sleep to refresh the wearied limbs and to compose the troubled spirit. Teach your children poetry. It opens the mind, lends grace to wisdom, and makes the heroic virtues hereditary. Whoever realizes his innocence, he reluctantly stoops to excuses. The longer a person is single, the greater his desire to remain single. The lovers of the chase say that the hare feels more agony during the pursuit of the greyhounds than when she is struggling in their fangs. People often blame fate for what is a direct consequence of their own violent passions. Look back and smile at the perils of the past. The solidarity of people is an indestructible fortress. Love rules the court, the camp, the grove, and men below, and the saints above, for love is heaven, and heaven is love. Discretion is the perfection of reason, and a guide to us in all the duties of life. He that climbs the tall tree has one right to the fruit. He that leaps the wide gulf should prevail in his suit. Your soul is like a neglected garden belonging to a negligent owner. Weeds have grown in it and drowned out healthy sprouts. Trade has all the fascination of gambling without its moral guilt. Always keep quiet about your problems, otherwise you will lose all your friends. Peace is an inestimable jewel, but it will be soon snatched from those who are not prepared with heart and hand to defend it. Emotional agitation makes us forget about caution, and we discover such feelings that in a calmer time we would try to hide, if not able to completely suppress them. As long as ambition and lust for power rule the hearts of some men, there will be no lasting peace on earth. War, unfortunately, is the human condition. And that which is done of good will must be accepted favorably. Teach self-denial and make its practice pleasure, and you can create for the world a destiny more sublime than ever issued from the brain of the wildest dreamer. How early can what we most despise and hate approach in an outward manner to that which we most venerate? There are a few more melancholy sensations than those with which we regard scenes of past pleasure when altered and deserted